What's up guys, Blade Master here, bringing you some more Attila online battles. This is a couple of quick battles that I fought against WRE from the Wolf Clan. And this is going to be part 1 of that mini series that I've got planned. It's going to be Barbarians versus the Western Roman Empire. In this one I am playing as the Barbarians. I've taken the Alans, extremely powerful faction. And as I just said, WRE has taken the Western Roman Empire. With the Alans, I've taken a total of 6 Germanic horsemen, each with triple gold chevrons. I've also brought a total of 4 Germanic archers and a couple of Germanic pikes. I've kept them on. I haven't stuck them close to each other because I want them to cover as much ground as possible. If he's not going to charge my center, at least I felt he wouldn't charge my center at the start of the game. And I've also brought a front line of 6 Sarmatian warband, extremely powerful units with great armor. I think they don't have the scare ability, but besides that, they're just about an excellent unit. WRE on the other hand has brought a total of 4 Secretari. Pretty decent units, to be honest. At only 200 cost, they're very cheap and they have access to precision shot, which is pretty good. He's also brought a total of 4 Protectores Domestici with triple gold chevrons and a total of 3 Herculeani Signores. Extremely strong units themselves, pretty low melee attack, but just about everything else is perfect for them. He has brought a total of 4 Scolae Palatine, 1 Cataphractari, 1 Magister Militum General, and 1 Comitatensis Spear. The rules in this matchup were max 6 cavalry and max 6 of the same unit because we were helping him practice for some tournaments that he's in. So I'm going to start firing into the Secretari initially with my Germanic archers. Kind of a waste of my ammunition because it's not like these units will really do too much, but I need to kill someone, so my arrows need to hit someone, so they're going to be hitting the Secretari for now. I'm pulling back with my Germanic horsemen because his Secretari actually got some shots on them. But right now, just firing into this general blob. His Scolae Palatine have already taken 3 casualties simply because they have a poor missile block chance. And now it's going to be pretty straightforward. I'm going to charge in with my Germanic horsemen. With triple gold chevrons, they will do brilliantly against those, against Scolae Palatine. It looks like, I'm still going to go on a collision course with his Scolae Palatine. So my extremely powerful cavalry is going to charge his not so extremely powerful Scolae Palatine. Here I'm going to pull out at the last second with one of my Germanic horsemen and then catch his Scolae Palatine with the other one. And that's going to give me time enough to maneuver and then start charging his Herculeani Signores and stuff, because his melee infantry line definitely outclasses mine. Also pulling in with my Sarmatian warband here, my Germanic horsemen have started to take some casualties, but so have his Scolae Palatine. Moving around with the rest of my units, Germanic horsemen here taking some fire from Secretari, but most of the Secretari are basically dead now because of his Scolae Palatine are going to get a proper charge on my Germanic horsemen. But yeah, a lot of the Secretari have died now because of Germanic archer fire. Over here, it's going to be a pretty, kind of like a deadlock. My Sarmatian warband is charging in and helping out with the Scolae Palatine, but my Germanic horses, simply because they're so expensive and so good, will actually win out that battle. And I'm going to pull out with one of my Germanic horsemen as well. I'm going to take some casualties, but I've also inflicted a lot of casualties on his Herculeani Signores. Sarmatian warband here going to charge into Herculeani Signores. With the 32 charge bonus, they'll actually do pretty well. Let's see what's going on with the rest of my Germanic horse here. This Germanic horse charged into the Scolae Palatine. Very wisely, WRE pulled out, but again, when pulling out, they take a lot of casualties, and so have my Germanic horsemen, though. I've been forced to pull out and run away from the spears. Here, I'm going to charge with my Germanic horsemen onto his Scolae Palatine, already depleted. Again, pulling out with some more of my Germanic horsemen, and then bringing one more Sarmatian warband to help support that battle. Here, one Sarmatian warband is faced up against 1 Protectores Domestici and 1 Scolae Palatine. Here, Sarmatian warband dying. I think they probably got a charge, or probably took a charge from those one of his cavalry units. His Magister Militum, though, is starting to die here because I've been focusing fire with my Germanic archers on that Magister Militum. So he's actually pulling away pretty smart. And now I'm forced to run back, or I should be forced to run back pretty soon because his Herculeani Signores actually got a great shot on my archers. And then charging in with one more Sarmatian warband to intercept these units. I'm going to be able to rear charge here with my Germanic horsemen, which is going to be pretty good and going to be pretty decisive to help win out this cavalry flank. Here I'm again pulling out with my Germanic horsemen and then rear charging these Comitatensis spears while they still have an attack order on my retreating Germanic horsemen. They'll probably take quite a few damage or quite a few casualties in the process. But yeah, he's done very well with his Comitatensis spears. But here, I've turned on diamond formation just to pass through this little gap here and then start attacking his Secretari. His Magister Militum is trying to cause some sort of casualty. Yeah, 12 kills. They've caused a few kills, and They're just heading into this blob, which is perfect for me because that means I can use my Sarmatian warband to start chasing after them. Germanic horsemen here signed a waiver simply because of archer fire and the flaming shot, causing severe morale penalties for them. Here I'm again forced to pull out my Germanic horsemen because his community spears have turned around and they're starting to attack them. They've actually done very well. And now I'm going to charge into his Sagittari again. Just finish off his archer, all of his archers. Here, these blobs are perfect for me. Sarmatian Warband will kill off the Protectores Domestici and Herculeani Seigneurs, especially when they can gang up on them. But mainly, this game is being won by me simply because I have better cavalry, and I'm going to charge into this Protectores Domestici with the extra unit of Germanic horsemen. I don't think a single one of my Germanic horsemen still has routed. I think one of them have routed, but 5 out of 6 remain, and they've all caused a ton of casualties, I think. Here Sagittari is slowly dying. Actually, it's pretty strange. I thought they would die much quicker. I'm pulling back with my Germanic nobles general, and his Herculeani Seigneurs are going to take crazy shots to the rear while they're chasing after them. And that's from 2 separate Germanic archers on flaming shot, and so they're obviously going to die. They've done my Germanic archers have done a lot of damage so far. 57 kills. And here you can see Germanic horsemen going to charge into the rear of Protectores Domestici. Again, these are very heavy infantry, so they won't take a ton of casualties even from a rear charge. That being said, any rear charge from melee cavalry at this stage of the game is going to be pretty devastating, no matter what type of infantry they're coming up against. Here, basically a full-strength Sarmatian warband which has gotten 132 kills somehow. I think they probably killed like a spear unit, a competency spears or something. It's going to come in and help out in this flank. His Magister Militum is going to try and attack my Germanic nobles, but again they're going to take a ton of casualties from my Germanic archers, who've actually done really well. Bringing 4 Germanic archers is perfect because they need a lot of units to give them that strength that they can affect a game, in a short period of time. Bringing only 2 is good only for dealing with enemy crossbowmen. And to be fair, Western Roman Empire has a good chance of bringing crossbowmen, but if you want to kill infantry and cavalry en masse, then you want to bring archers en masse. You want to bring a lot of Germanic archers and let them, concentrate fire, and that's how they'll actually do a lot better. Here, Magister Militum taking a ton of casualties from Germanic archers. I think I've got one more. Yeah, there we can see his general is dead. I had one more volley off, and that basically killed off his general. His competency spears though has done really well, and that's just about the end of this game, you guys. Quick victory to me. Very fun game, but pretty straightforward. That's kind of something that I've noticed with Attila. There are not many surprises. The cavalry will go on cavalry, and basically the game is won by who has the better cavalry or who supports with their infantry quicker. Germanic archers though done really well. I haven't, usually if you bring only 2 or 3, you can expect those units to get only 20-30 kills. But when you bring 4, almost magically their kill numbers start to rise up really quickly. It's simply because it's strength in numbers for them. Having precision shot turned on and focus firing on a unit with 4 Germanic archers is much better than only 2 or 3. Anyways, guys, stay tuned for part 2, and that's going to be the one where I take Western Roman Empire and WRE takes takes a barbarian faction, and that's actually going to be pretty funny. So I'll see you then. Peace.